Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. Today we are going to can up Sloppy Joe mix. So just before I get started real quick, I just want to make sure to let you know that this is a water bath recipe, so there will not be any meat in this mixture. If you wanted to add ground beef to this, you would pressure can it. But this is just the Sloppy Joe mix. So when you get ready to make your Sloppy Joes on a night for dinner, you would cook up your ground beef on the stove, and this is the mix that you would add to that beef to make the full Sloppy Joe. So I just wanted to make sure that before you get into it, you know that's what's going on. So here are the ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need about 3 cups of green pepper chopped up, 3 cups of red pepper chopped up, and about 2 cups of onion. So we're going to mix that all finely and we put it into a bowl. You're going to need 4 cups of tomato sauce or peeled tomatoes. So we're using our own canned up version here. You're going to need about 6 ounces or a small can of tomato paste, 4 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of black pepper. I have mixed them together here. You will need a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of Dijon mustard, and 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar. So the first thing that we've done here is we've put all of our chopped onions and peppers into a bowl. We are going to sprinkle that salt and pepper mixture on top of it. We're going to coat them about half, mix it up, and then I'm going to add the other half on top and mix that, and just make sure that all of these are coated evenly with that salt and pepper, because we are going to put it onto a roasting tray and throw it in the oven. So now that this is evenly coated, we can go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've got my mixture spread out. I put mine on parchment paper. If you put it on aluminum foil, just make sure to give it a nice coat with some cooking spray or some oil so it doesn't stick. We're going to put this in an oven at 375 degrees, and we're going to do that for about 20 minutes or until these starting to get tender and just brown up a little bit. So because we don't want them fully cooked, but we also don't want them going into the jars raw. So I'm going to throw those in the oven. Check them at about the 10-minute way, give them a quick stir. And then when we're done that, I will show you what's going on. In the process, I have got my lids going on the stove and some warm water. I have got my boiling canner ready and starting to come up to a boil. And I've got my jars sanitizing in the dishwasher. So you can do multi things at the same time. So we're gonna pop these into our oven, and we are going to set the timer for 10 minutes, because in 10 minutes I'm gonna come check on them, stir them around. And then I will set them for another 10 minutes after that, which is 20 minutes in total. So we'll be right back. Okay, so the 20 minutes is up. Our vegetables are nice and tender. We are now going to get a pot on the stove, turn it up to a medium heat, and we are going to throw that mixture into the pot. So now that I've got this in here, we are going to add that 6 ounces or that small can of tomato paste to the mixture in the pot. And now that we've got that tomato paste in there, we are going to stir it around, mixing it evenly till everything is coated. And then we're going to cook this on that medium heat for about 5 minutes or until everything is nice and thick. So once this gets heated up a bit, we're going to set our timer for 5 minutes and heat this up. And I should probably add to just make sure that you're stirring this constantly so that nothing is burning to the bottom of this pan. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. This mixture is nice and thick, as you can see. So now we are pretty much going to add the rest of those ingredients. So your tomatoes or your tomato sauce. So that's 4 cups of that. And we'll mix that around nicely in there. And then your other ingredients that you have left over. So your 1/2 cup of the apple cider vinegar, your 1/4 cup of the packed brown sugar, and your 1/2 cup of the Dijon mustard. And now we are going to coat that all evenly. Mix that nice and well. And once it's all mixed well, we're actually going to turn our stove up to high, because we want to bring this mixture to a boil. Now once it gets to a boil, we are going to let it boil on the stove for 5 minutes. So let's bring it to a boil and do that for 5 minutes. Okay, so we've had this boiling now, stirring it for 5 minutes. Now at this point it's nice and thick, and we can get ladling it into our hot sterilized jars. So, if I didn't mention already, I think I did, this is going to make 4 to 5 of the 500 milliliter or pint jars. So you can go ahead and ladle the mixture into your jars, and you want to leave about 1/2 inch of headspace at the top, making sure to get some of the sauce and some of that mixture in each jar. And when you're done with that, you're going to take a wet or a damp cloth and you're going to wipe the rim. And then we are going to take our hot lid from the water, put it on, and then we're going to take a ring and put it on fingertip tight. You don't want to over tighten the jar. So we're going to go ahead and fill these all up, and then we are going to put them into our boiling water canner, and we are going to process them for 20 minutes. Okay, so they are done processing, and here is our Sloppy Joe mix in our jars. So like I said, when you're ready to make this for dinner, you cook up your ground beef on the stove and you plop this in with the ground beef and put it on your buns. And you can also feel free, if you like other flavors and stuff when you're cooking it on the stove, to add like garlic or maybe some chili flakes or some onion powder, garlic powder, like whatever you like on your Sloppy Joes. So thanks for watching, and we will see you soon for more awesome gardening and homesteading tips. We'll talk to you later. Bye.